All right, let's dive right in. Today we're looking at a really ancient text, the Jijang Sutra. And you might be surprised by just how much it has to say about our lives, right here and right now.
We know that feeling, right? When you have a dream about someone you've lost and it feels so incredibly real. It can stick with you all day, but what if it wasn't just a dream? What if it was something more?
Well, that's exactly where the Jijang Sutra comes in. It suggests that those dreams, those really vivid ones, aren't random at all. In fact, it frames them as a kind of spiritual call, almost like a phone call, but, from the great beyond.
And here's where it gets really fascinating. The sutra says these aren't just memory fragments playing out. If you see an ancestor in your dream, and they look sad, or they're crying, or seem scared, that's interpreted as a literal cry for help, a sign that they're in some kind of trouble and are reaching out to you for peace.
So what do? Well, the sutra doesn't just leave you hanging. It gives you this super clear step-by-step plan. Step 1, you get the call. That's the dream. Step 2, you perform a specific ritual, which involves reading the Jijang Sutra 3 or even 7 times. And step 3, you see the result. They're freed from their suffering, and guess what? They stop appearing in your dreams. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
Okay, so that's all about healing the past. But the sutra's wisdom is way bigger than that. It's also about building a better future and protecting what's precious right now, especially when it comes to new life and new beginnings.
There's this one number that keeps coming up, and it's a big one, 10,000. That is the magic number. The sutra says that chanting the Bodhisattva's name 10,000 times is what it takes to trigger a really profound, life-changing shift. It's a huge commitment, a powerful act of intention.
And check this out. This one practice has 2 amazing applications. On one hand, for someone born into really difficult circumstances, this 7-day commitment is said to literally rewrite their destiny for future lives. But on the other hand, if you do it for a newborn baby within their first 7 days, well, that's like wiping their karmic slate clean. It's meant to set them on a path for a long, healthy, happy life. 2 paths, 1 powerful practice.
But it gets even bigger. This isn't just about you or your family or a newborn. The sutra teaches that what you do spiritually doesn't just stay with you. It actually radiates outwards, creating this zone of peace and abundance that can purify your whole world. So how do you do that? Well, there are these special days, the 10 purification days. You can think of them as cosmically potent dates each month when, karmic accounts are settled. The sutra says these are the days to focus your energy for the most powerful effect.
And get this, the promise here is just wow. It says if you recite the sutra on these specific days, all disasters will be eliminated within 100 yojanas. Now, a yojana is an ancient measurement for a huge distance. We're talking about creating a massive protective bubble around you and your community. It's just an incredible idea, isn't it? That your personal practice could have such a wide-reaching impact.
And this isn't some abstract thing either. The benefits are super practical. We're talking about fewer disasters in your area, your whole family being protected, better health, avoiding bad situations in the future, and even making sure you have enough food and clothing. It's this beautiful ripple effect of peace and well-being that starts with you.
So, you might be wondering, how does this all work? Why are these rituals supposed to be so powerful? Let's peel back the layers and look at the why behind it all. And you'll see it connects to some surprisingly modern concepts.
First up is this idea of family karma. You can almost think of it like spiritual genetics. It's a lot like what we now call intergenerational trauma. The idea that the pain and struggles of our ancestors don't just disappear, they can be passed down. So this practice of reading the sutra for them, it's not just for their benefit. It's about healing your entire family line, past and present.
Then there's co-arising karma. This is a huge concept. Basically, it means we're all in this together. Imagine a pond. If you toss in a tiny pebble, the ripples spread across the whole surface, right? It's the same with our actions. So purifying your own little corner of the world isn't selfish at all. It's actually an act of social responsibility, because your peace ripples out and helps create collective peace.
And tying this all together is maybe the most beautiful idea of all, Buddha nature. This is the core belief that every single person, and I mean everyone, regardless of who they are or what they've done, has this innate spark, this potential to become enlightened. So when the sutra talks about transformation, it's not a miracle. It's just awakening a potential that was already there. It's for everybody.
Okay, that's a lot of incredible, deep stuff. But the big question is,
how do we actually use this in our chaotic 21st century lives? Let's get super practical and break it down into things you can do today.
All right, here's your personal practice kit. Super simple stuff. First, maybe start a dream journal. If that loved one shows up, don't freak out. See it as an opportunity. Second, pull up your calendar and just highlight those 10 purification days. Think of them as your family's monthly peace days. And look, you don't have to be a monk. Even just reading one single verse with a good heart on those days is said to have a real purifying effect.
And what about that big one, the 10,000 chants? I know, it sounds intimidating, but let's just do the math. Over 7 days, that's roughly 1,430 chants a day. Totally doable. The key is to schedule it. Block out the time, just like you would for a meeting. Set your goal, start with a sincere heart, and just begin.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a thought. This sutra shows us that we're all connected by these invisible threads, to our past, to our families, to everyone around us. The question isn't whether those ties exist. The real question is, what invisible ties in your own life are you ready to heal?